Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Well, you know, it's always fun over here. We're having some tech glitches as we go. I hope you found us. We went live just a second ago, and then that errored, and now you're coming back. So I'm looking over here to make sure that we've got a good, healthy stream before we get into it too much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. I can hear it on somebody's device. All right. Very good. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me on Soundbooth Sessions. My name is Dan. I'm here at the lovely Sellersville Theater, and I am so excited to have some wonderful musicians with me today. Joining us all the way from, where are you in Oregon?
I'm in Eugene, Oregon.
You're in Eugene, Oregon. Okay, joining us all the way from Eugene, Oregon is David Jacob Strain, and live on our stage is the amazing Bob Beach. You have seen them here many times, of course, with Indigenous and Eric Gales and Joanne Shaw Taylor and Jerry Douglas. Oh, what a great show that was. Let's see. David has a new project out, 2 great EPs, the Redoodoo Sessions. Is that what it is? The Redoodoo Sessions. Yeah, two wonderful EPs with Christopher Worth. We will talk about those and hopefully hear a song from them. And a new project with David and Bob will be coming out shortly. But right now, folks, remember to support this show, support David and Bob with your clicks, your comments, and of course your contributions. Pinned at the very bottom of the comments section is a series of links where, of course, you can find David on the web and send your donations his way. And now, with no further ado, please click and comment and put a lot of claps in that comment bubble, and join me in welcoming David Jacob Strain and Bob Beach.
I stole her love from my best friend. The joker got lucky, took her love back again. You better come on, put in my kitchen, baby. It's raining out of a door. Baby's gone. She ain't never coming back. She took my last nigga from my nation sand. You better come on in my kitchen, baby. It's raining out of doors. everybody. Yes, if woman gets in trouble, everybody puts her down. Looking for a good friend, but none can be found. And you better come on in my kitchen, baby. It's raining outdoors, and you hear the wind howl. You come on in my kitchen. This is gonna be raining out of a doors, yeah. Come on in my kitchen.
That was gorgeous. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to David Jacob Strain with the amazing Bob Beach. Let's see, how do I get my face on this screen here right now? Sorry, I got like all kinds of crazy tech going on, and I'm not being cool about it.
Everyone else is listening to Bob, and they're listening to me.
That's right.
And Bob is listening to me, but I can't hear Bob.
That's right.
This is what people might not realize.
Let's lift up the curtain and tell everybody how we're doing this. So currently we're exercising some tech shenanigans, and let's see. David is joining us over Skype, so that's how we're seeing and hearing him. And Bob is, of course, on our stage, and so he can hear David in real time, but because of internet lag, David cannot really hear Bob in real time. Are you getting him just a little bit? You are hearing him a little bit.
Yeah, I've got a little bit. It's like an eighth note or quarter note delay. It kind of moves around. It's kind of a psychedelic effect.
Well, that's the way I'm playing.
That's the way Bob's playing. He's doing some weird
you
out
could play
stuff.
Everything an eighth note ahead. It would work out great for me.
Oh, there you go. Just anticipate. It would sound terrible for the rest of us, but guys, this is sounding great. Thank you so much for being here. David, how you doing? How have you been managing yourself? Managing your time in this unprecedented quarantine situation?
Yeah, I've been feeling very lucky. I have this little studio space here
that
I've been able to use for recording projects and also to do live streams. And I've been enjoying the live streams. It's a way of sort of getting in real time and doing something in the moment. I'm not in the same space as an audience or as Bob, but at least I've been able to play. And yesterday, I live in the Northwest, so there's some wild places to get to. Yesterday, I walked around Mount St. Helens.
Oh wow! Which
was a little longer than I expected, but I'm glad I get to sit down for tonight's show.
Well, welcome back, and your studio's looking great, and your streams have been among the best looking and sounding streams that I've found on the internet. What are you doing over there? What technology do you have on your side?
I'm using an iPhone as the camera, and then I have some studio mics, which we're sort of tricking the computer into thinking it's the computer's own audio to send out using a free piece of open source broadcasting software. Is what I'm not using that tonight.
Right. Tonight's different.
Tonight we're on Skype. Yeah.
Well, you're on Skype, but over here we are using OBS. That's
you
how
are
I'm putting
using
it together.
OBS. Yeah. My friend John Craigie has a great song about naked Skype.
Naked
Enough
Skype.
said. That's like that's the song right there. Naked Skype.
Sounds dirty.
We're keeping our clothes on. I even put on long pants instead of shorts today, just in case. And then I actually about a month ago I bought on eBay some old Hollywood cinema style lights, and I'm still figuring out exactly how to dial them in. But I've got these old Mole Richardson solar spots. So I have
oh no kidding.
I have little more control than I had when I first started streaming.
Well, for those of you listening at home, if you are trying to do a live stream and you're trying to look as good as David Jacob Strain, lighting will do it.
You know what really got me excited about lighting is when I started noticing, you know, all the, you know, we've been watching a lot of movies and, you know, net streaming stuff since the crisis began. And noticing it's always that little light coming in from the side, and they call it the hair light.
The hair light.
And not having much hair on my head, you know, it's more like it's a hat light for me. But
so is that what's going on with the hat? Is that that's why I'm wearing a hat? Is because the hair started to go? Is it the same with you?
Yeah, long gone.
And Bob, same for you up there, and you're
most definitely
the hatted Bob. Here, let's get cut over to a quick shot of Bob. Yep, there he is. He's got a hat on. All right, well, David, you got another one for us?
Yeah, let's play. This is a tune, Bob. This is a Strong Believer in the key of A. I'll see you on the other side.
Somebody said they saw me dancing with the devil's daughter. Well, hell yes, I tried to take her home. I could handle listen to my sweet angel's moaning. Doesn't any young fool think he knows right from wrong? Well, you must be a strong believer to walk this walk with me. Yeah, strong believer to walk this walk with me. And have you ever seen a snake without a tail? Is your broken heart just too big to fail? I need a witness, and girl, you need a friend. Have you been told again and again? You must be a strong believer who walk this walk with me. Yeah, strong believer, walk this walk with me. Endless days, endless sleepless nights. Looks like a choice, it's a sacrifice. You're not the first, just the only one. Pick me up when I come undone, baby, strong believer. Strong believer. Strong believer. Strong believer. Must be a strong believer. Yeah, strong believer. Must be a strong believer. Must be a strong believer. Walk this walk with me.
Strong Believer.
Oh, strong believer. Folks, you know you're enjoying the music. Please make sure that at some point this evening you click on over to David's donations page. Make sure that when you click on the link, you right-click and open in a new window so you don't navigate away from the concert. David, what album is that song on?
That's on the live album that Bob and I put together. It's just called David Jacob Strain and Bob Beach Live.
Live. That's excellent. Is that on the Left Coast one? Is that?
No, it's
No.
actually it's a more recent one, and it is not up on you cannot stream it anywhere.
All right.
If you want a copy, you just send an email to the website, and we'll send you one.
Excellent. All right, very good. So head on over to that website, get yourself a copy of Strong Believer. And, of course, you opened with Robert Johnson's Come On Into My Kitchen. David, so how did you and Bob get started? How did you guys meet each other?
Well, Bob and I met at the Philly Folk Fest. We were on stage in one of these workshop scenarios where people who've never met play together, and it was us and in between a really big band from Australia called Fruit. Killer band, yeah, full horn section, and every time I would start a song, sort of filtering through the horn section, I would hear this harmonica, and it was like Bob already knew all the songs. And then I played a house concert at his house. He had the Avett Brothers for a house concert.
Wow.
And started doing these house concerts, and so I played in his living room, and he sat in on the second or third song, and thought, wow, it's really like he knows all my songs. This is weird. And then we did another one, and he knew that one, and then he knew that one, and I think later he said actually he really didn't know any of them. He was just following along, but I never wanted to play without him after that.
And Bob, what are your memories of that fateful day? Would you remember meeting David?
No. Yes. Actually, yeah. It was that was a rather fun afternoon because we played on the craft stage at the folk festival. We had a hillside full of people, and that was really nice. It was a lot of fun. We didn't really start playing together on a regular basis till almost 2010.
Okay.
We met in 2002.
Right.
So it took a while. And I was actually, at the time, I was working with another person, had another regular duo partner.
Who was that?
That was a guy named D.C. Fitzgerald.
Okay.
Who he and I worked together the better part of 30 years in rock and roll bands and folk bands and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, you've really run the gamut there, Bob. You've had a long career playing with a whole lot of wonderful folks, Ola Bell, and the like.
Yeah.
And Fruit, of course. That's so cool. We've had Fruit here on our stage.
Yeah, and I used to sit in with Fruit almost every time they came to the Philly area.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun.
And so now with your playing, let's see, how do you find yourself in so many different genres? What is it just that your taste is so different, or how do you become the chameleon?
I think because I listen to what's going on before I do any playing, and I try to get a sense of where it's going. And I listen to all kinds of music, just a wide variety of music, and I always like to think, well, how could I fit into that? And how could I fit into that?
It's a beautiful thing. You do a great job, Bob.
Thank you.
I can't wait.
It seems like, Bob, you don't always think, so many harmonica players are blues harmonica players.
Yes.
And it seems like, Bob, you're just listening to the song, and you have a way of...
Yeah, I think I've always, when I first started learning and realizing I could play the harmonica, I stopped listening to harmonica players. And seriously, and I started listening to people like Miles Davis and just different guitar players and stuff like that.
Right.
So just so I could think of things a little differently.
Sure. Well, your playing definitely takes on the characteristics of other instruments. Not just like lead harp. You wind up getting, tastes of like mandolin, upbeats in there, and all kinds of cool stuff.
Thank you.
I've got a song in mind that's something that kind of goes a different direction from the bluesy stuff we started with. It might be a fun one to put out there. Now, this is a piece called "Further from the Road." I think I'm still in the key of A, Bob.
Yeah.
standing on the shoulder of old Route 242, but she could not have been much older than 21 or 22. Yeah, I pulled over and I offered her a ride, and she threw her pack in first and she climbed up the passenger side. And I asked where she was going, and she said, I know where I have been. And I asked if she had someone, and she said he got what came to him. And she looked out the window as the rain turned to snow. There was something that I could not see further from the road, further from the road. And so we rode an hour together, maybe two at the most, and I felt like I was dreaming, and she looked like a ghost. And I let her off by the old path. She said anywhere was fine. She did not seem to leave the track as she walked into the pines, and further from the road. I get lost in those woods, I get lost in my own head, lost among the living, yeah, lost among the dead as I go further from the road. So you might see her out there on some lonesome trail, or somewhere in the shadows, so strong and so pale. And maybe she went up on that mountain, never to come down. She could be living still in some forgotten town, further from the road. Hey.
What a beautiful song. David, where'd that
Thank you,
song
Dan.
come from? When did you write that?
I wrote that, actually I was in Pennsylvania when I wrote the song, but it came after Bob and I like to play over in Sisters, Oregon, just across the mountains from here. Sisters is kind of tucked up between the Three Sisters and the Mount Jefferson Wilderness. And on the way there, you in the summertime, you can take the Old Pass. It's the Pioneer Mail Route, where it cuts through these fields of black rock lava. It's like the surface of the moon or something, it looks like. And you see the mountains in the distance. And I have picked up some interesting hitchhikers there. I think the gal in the song I might have thought was a Pacific Crest Trail hiker, and she was not. She was not hiking the PCT. She was on some other kind of trip.
I see. And so she was a real woman, a true story.
Well, the initial, the setting of the story, yes, was inspired by that, but then I had to sort of imagine the rest. And there's another dimension for me that I almost wasn't thinking about it being a personal song at all. But I had a partner, Carissa Crowder, who passed away 7 years ago. And the last time that we drove through Oregon was the first time she'd ever been over that road. And we were on our way back to Colorado, where she was going to vet school. And she was sick at that point, but we didn't know, we didn't know it would be as bad as it was. And when I wrote the song, I wasn't thinking about her, but I think in a way there's a little bit of her ghost in that song.
It's a beautiful song. And now, which album is that one on? Where did that?
That's from the upcoming one. That's going to be on an album that Bob and we've recorded most of it, and now it's just up to me to finish picking the takes and editing.
Excellent.
And getting it mixed and ready for sharing.
But that's a song that I've heard you play many times on our stage. So when did you write that? That was a few years ago, right? It must have been.
It was. I'm not sure. Maybe 3 years ago.
So now, what made you pick it now? Why is now? Oh no!
I got an extra string here.
Why was now the time to record it?
Oh, I think I actually did record a version of it before with a whole band.
I see.
And everyone played real tastefully, but it's sort of, maybe it's one of those songs that just doesn't need a band. It's lonelier. It's truer to the story, I think, without it. And it was my idea to have the band on the record.
Right.
But so I didn't release that version, and so Bob and I now have a version that we've cut. That's just the two of us. It's stripping it back to what we do on stage.
Well, let me take this pause and share some of the comments with you. A lot of clapping in the comments. We got a great crowd going on here. Tom Geddes. Hey, Tom Geddes.
All right,
says
Tommy.
It sounds great. Matthew Lewis says, I'm here, Bob Beach.
All right.
Bruce Swan, brilliant.
Wonderful.
Dawn Hulky Slade says, it's magic. Thanks, Dawn. Shelley Smith, you both sound great. Thank you. Christine Havrilla's in the crowd. She
All right,
says,
Christine.
All right.
Hi, Dan, David, and Bob. Christine was our guest on Soundbooth Sessions last week.
I used to be in her band a few years back.
That's wonderful. Let's see. Coming perfectly over on my phone, says Nilsa. Thank you, Aunt Nilsa. And unfortunately the string broke. That's right. Well, folks, this is a good time to go on and visit David's socials, but make sure you open it up in a new window so that you don't lose the concert. David, tell me.
Most people
go ahead.
Most people probably already know this, but if you're enjoying the music and you want to share it, the best way is to create a little watch party on Facebook. There's a little popcorn icon. You can make a watch party, and that lets you invite friends directly and spread the music around.
Good way to spread the word. Tell me about that guitar.
The string is fixed, by the way.
Wow, that was fast. But is it tuned?
I'm playing slide, it doesn't really matter.
What tuning do you have going on there, David? What are you in
This
right
is
now?
this is an open C tuning.
Okay.
The bottom note's tuned all the way down to C, but the high string's still in E. So
Wow.
I get this sort of bigger range from low to high.
Wow. It sounds enormous. And
These resonator guitars, you know, as you know from liking them, they have this very bright banjo-like sound that comes off the metal cone. But the sound hole, the F hole up here, which is just the initials of the guy who built it in this case, Larry Pogreba. It's an LP.
I see.
Of course, it probably looks backwards.
kind of looks like a
tonight
backwards R.
since we're in selfie mode on the phone. But it's a Larry Pogreba guitar. The low end all comes from there.
Oh my gosh.
And so you can sort of control the sound of the guitar just by moving its angle on the microphone.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, do that. Whatever.
This is
you're about
this
to
is
do,
from
do it.
Live from the Left Coast. Yeah, Hurricane Railroad. Hey Bob, I'm not sure what the jam's gonna be like. You know, you'll just have to.
We'll give it a shot.
We'll just have to use the force on this one.
Bunch of professionals.
Go ahead and play a little bit. There's a tar paper shack at the edge of the clear cut. Black baby vines up for the front yard. And I'm living out on a power line road. Just drinking rainforest water out of mason jars. And when I thought of Oregon, this is what I had in mind. 2 months of summer and the rain lasts until July at the end of the line, yeah, on that Hurricane Railroad. Brother, Hurricane Railroad. The first time that I saw you, baby, hands and knees in the garden dirt. Said you hit me, mama, just like a hurricane girl. You're a heartbreaker with a gypsy soul. You're a killer, but you don't know. You stole the secret to my rock and roll. When you're leaving me at the end of the line, yeah, on that Hurricane Railroad. Brother, Hurricane Railroad. You don't need a ticket to ride. I wanna take you to the other side. Trains pass in the night on the Hurricane Railroad. You could be my corduroy princess, baby. I'll be your medicine boy. You can meet me down by the river. There's a one silhouette under a harvest of moon. I'm out here on the pavement just trying to do my thing, singing Delta songs, burning gasoline until I get back to the end of the line on that Hurricane Railroad. Yeah, the Hurricane Railroad. Wow. On this tree.
end of the line on that Hurricane Railroad, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so used to listening, Bob. I'm so used to listening to you and trying to follow you on that end. So playing it without really being able to hear you, boy, that's a trip. How'd we do?
You guys held it together beautifully.
Were we playing this?
We had our moments.
We had our moments. You want to do the ending again?
No, we got that. We nailed the ending.
We did? Okay.
You did.
Even the like.
Well, I met a woman, she was twice my age. I guess she liked the thing I did on stage. Yeah, she said she loved my blue eyes, but she got kind of mean when I said I read your letter, but my eyes are green. I said, thank you, nice lady. I said, thank you, nice lady. Well, I appreciate your offer. I'm previously occupied. Then I met this gal. She was 17. She was the cutest thing you ever have seen. She read me like a page from my favorite book, but when she told me her age, I took a second look. I said, thank you, nice lady. Won't you sing it with me? Say, thank you, nice lady. I appreciate your offer. I'm previously occupied. Well, now, I don't care if you come in gloves or mittens, baby. I'm not looking for cougars or kittens, just a little bit of true love or someone in between 31 and a. I said, thank you, nice lady. Yes, I said, thank you, nice lady. I appreciate your offer. I'm previously occupied. Go ahead and play the blues for us. Then I met this gal with an ex-boyfriend. She said it was over between her and him, and I was not worried. Man, not until my next gig, he was sitting in the front row with that Jack Nicholson grin. Help me sing it. I said, thank you, nice lady. I know you all know the words. Said, thank you, nice lady. Hey, occupied.
Oh, that's a good one. Will that be on the new record?
This is like jamming with an imaginary friend.
Yeah.
So it feels. I'm picturing Bob. I can just hear the tiniest bit of harmonica bleeding through the laptop speakers, just enough to kind of know he might be playing, and then I can see the Facebook stream, which is like 15 seconds behind us. Luckily, I can't see the comments. So
A very high-tech, like, front porch.
I won't know if anything really goes wrong.
Well, I can tell you the comment section is a flame. They're awesome and amazing from Shelley Smith. Amy Faga says, play it. That is so cool from Nilsa Faga. Lots of laughing at that last song. David, was that an original? Was that an autobiography, that song?
I'm ashamed to admit it, but yes, I made that up myself.
No, that's wonderful. David, so tell me about your relationship with the tradition of the blues. Do you, as a blues, do you consider yourself to be a blues man?
No, not really. Even though people often tell me that, I mean, the blues is at the heart of how I relate to feeling in music, and that was my first musical love. Really, it was hearing Taj Mahal play, and Taj takes in the whole breadth of the African diaspora into his music, from blues and reggae and all these different forms, and then modern contemporary African music, like some of the Malian artists he's worked with, and seeing him when I was 10 years old at the Woodsman of the World Hall. That's what really got me from playing a little bit of guitar to like being deeply in love with it. But when I started writing songs, they didn't necessarily come out as blues songs at all, and so it's still how I sort of relate to the feeling and how I want to emote. But I don't, I didn't grow up in that tradition. I play in it, but I'm not from it, and I want to honor the ingenuity and craft and emotion that first generation and contemporary blues players have put into the music. But I don't know if I can call myself a blues man, even though that's a big part of what has inspired me to play.
Sure. So what do you attribute the particular style that you've developed? Like, what other places are you pulling from that have influenced your sound? And
yeah. The other experience I had, as a pretty young kid, was going to this folk festival. Really, it was a few blocks. I could walk there from my parents' house. It was on the university campus, and hearing Ramblin' Jack Elliott and Peter Rowan and Richie Havens. Richie Havens, I got to shake his hand when I was like 11, and had my mind blown by his music. And then there was a songwriter here in town, Ben Bachner, who I later got to collaborate with and made an album that unfortunately didn't get released before Ben died. But Ben was a great storyteller, songwriter from Chicago, who also kind of grew up loving the blues, but he was really a tremendous narrative songwriter. And so I think Ben had a big influence on me, and there have been so many since then. But it was sort of this love of the blues, but also love of story and of American folk music.
So what? How old were you then when you were starting to write, and when you were exploring, your own relationship to writing and,
Yeah, I didn't set out to write at all.
Yeah.
It was like I was learning these old tunes, and then I would forget a verse, and I'd have to kind of make something up on the spot. And then I like forget a little more and make up another verse, and then one day I realized I had written a song, and it was pretty derivative. It had to fit somebody else's rhyme scheme.
Sure.
But I had actually written my first song, and it was maybe when I was around 20 that I started really thinking about, like, writing could be its own craft that could be at least as inspiring as the guitar part or the singing, and realizing that I always loved playing with words and language, and that there could really be a meeting, and it's felt like over time, those sort of the musical part and the lyrical part have gotten closer for me and more intertwined.
Do you typically start with a lyric idea or a musical guitar idea?
I mean, I have a whole notebook full of sort of lyrical orphans, like so many songwriters do, and sometimes they make their way into a song,
Right.
but there has to be some kind of flow, some kind of, and usually that comes from a guitar groove,
Sure.
or at least a vocal rhythm. And sometimes, I mean, I've written stuff while I was driving in the car, something that distracts, that occupies your mind just enough that you can get into your subconscious a little bit back into that dream state. And it usually feels like the best songs come from not from any particular intention. And when people tell me, they say, well, I know what I want to say, I just don't know how to say it. And I feel sort of the opposite. Like I don't know what I want to say until I find a way of saying it. And then maybe I'll discover something in that that means something.
Is there a particular lyric you've written that like now stands out to you as being like you blew your own mind? Like you said, you wrote it down and then you kind of refound it later and it was like, oh, well, look at that.
I do have a song I want to do in a minute, although I have another one sort of I'm tuned for. I have one that I wrote in a dream, which that did kind of blow my mind, because I've often dreamed songs that I didn't remember, and I didn't have to confront whether they were really any good or not. And I actually remembered one, and I might come back to that.
Nice.
The one I want to do is a song that I didn't even think was a song at the time that I wrote it. It seemed like sort of just a fragment, and then a friend suggested a line that could be a chorus, and I put it in there, and the week I was going to record it, the day I was going to record it, I got a call from my friend who said, I'm so sorry, but that line I gave you has already been used by Carrie Rodriguez, and I didn't know, but she's already got it, and it's we can't use it. And I spent hours with the producer, my friend Ray Kennedy, in Nashville. We spent hours trying to come up with a new line, anything that fit in that spot. And in the end, we just left the chorus off. There's no chorus. And I think the song is better for it. It's less, less rhetorical. There's less attempt to try to sum anything up or tell anybody how to feel.
Excellent. And what is the song?
It's called Pescadero.
Yeah, I love this song.
Hey, Bob, I think I'm in C.
Okay.
Do you think I'm in C?
Yep.
I think I'm in tune. Would you say I'm in tune?
Are you asking Bob or
With
me?
Bob? Either of you guys?
I think so.
Kinda.
Bob, you feeling good?
Yeah. We're good.
That's your song. That's your sing.
Okay.
That's close.
Here goes nothing. When I get back to California, man, I don't want to fight anymore. I threw all of my punches, and I don't even know what for. I'm gonna even up the scoreboard and just tear the whole thing down, just to watch it sink into that serpentine ground. Won't you go with me out to Pescadero Beach? Take the long road through the Honda, past the apple and persimmon trees, and get high on the sandstone, watch the river run out to sea. With the ocean, it waits forever out on Pescadero Beach. There was a place in your heart
where everything divides, and the fault lines grow deeper. I am stuck on the wrong side. I left here with my excuses and my absent fantasy. The waves, they crash their memory out on Pescadero Beach. When the sun cuts the fall, where the sky meets the sea, I imagine you there and just smiling back at me, back at me, yeah, hey. All of my punches, I don't even know what for.
Gorgeous.
Thank you, Dan.
Where'd that song come from, David?
I mean, it just came out. The line about the serpentine ground. I used to live near Hidden Villa Farm, which is it's sort of just over the hill from Pescadero Beach, from Half Moon Bay, a little bit south of there, and we could take back roads or even ride our bikes over through the redwoods and down through La Honda, past Alice's restaurant, up on Skyline Boulevard, and then take these back roads down to this beach where these huge sandstone cliffs rise up above the Pacific, and that's where the song came from.
Sounds gorgeous and inspiring. What was the line that you had to cut from the chorus?
Oh, absence tells the hardest truth, which is a nice line in Carrie's song, but it really, now it sounds like, how is that ever going to be part of Pescadero? But it was like, let's see. Absence tells the hardest truth. This little add-on,
Yeah. It's nice, but you're right. It doesn't need it. That space is so gorgeous.
Yeah, it just feels like sometimes you think, oh, I have to do something with the song. I have to have a message. I have to sum something up for people, and you don't. You don't. You can just you can tell a story without telling people what to make of it.
Well, I'm very excited to hear this new record that you and Bob are working on. What was the intention going into it? What should we listen for when we get to hear it?
Well, it's the first studio record that Bob and I have recorded, the two of us, and we cut everything. It was over in Sisters, Oregon, at Keith Banning's Grange Recorders. I think it was still called Lonely Grange at that time, and it was just the two of us sitting when we could still sit in a room together safely, just looking right at each other. No overdubs. It's just it's just one of those moments in time.
Were they songs that you've been playing for a long time, so you sort of knew the parts, you knew what was worked out?
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah.
There's a couple things that were pretty new at that point, but a lot of it's stuff that we had been touring. I had tried to make a more full band record of some of the songs, but we haven't released that one yet.
I can't wait to hear it. Oh, I see you're pulling out a new guitar. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, this is a guitar I bought when I started busking on the streets of Eugene, and I needed to be louder than than everybody else. So I saved up my quarters that people threw in my guitar case, and it's a national resophonic. And I thought maybe we'd play the song that came in the dream.
Oh,
it's a song called Mama.
Please do. Folks, let's throw some quarters into David's PayPal while you're at it. Make sure you follow those links that are at the bottom of the comments section. Right-click and open in a new window so you don't click away. What's the song called, David?
It's called Mama.
Mama.
Standing in her stocking feet in a single room that she kept so neat. The devil works fast and don't retreat. She never gave up easily. And we were kids and we were wild. I see her now with the eyes of a child. She must have had some regrets, but she was smiling so big on the day she left. Well, Mama, she don't cry no more. Jesus is gonna pick her up in a red Corvette, pour the wine and pay the rent, and thank her for all the prayers she sent to the Father I never met. And he was gone, I didn't know why. It was a different story every time. He was sailing on some big tall ship through silver seas, and sorrows wept, Mama. Well, she don't cry no more. Mama, we're all the same in the eyes of the Lord. Take it to the bridge. You can hear them all over town trying to bring that woman down. Mama said let them go round and round, let the lost be lost and the found be found. Well, Mama, ramble on or ramble round like a drunk or a clown. You talk about settling down, the angels sing, but but they don't make much sound. And this place is not so bad. Could be the best you'll ever have. Get anything you want at the corner store. One guy liked it so much, he came back for more. But mama, she don't cry no more.
Oh, that's nice. That was Mama. And David, that's on your new EP. That's the Redudu Sessions, Volume 1.
Yeah, that's on the. I don't know how to pronounce it. The Redudu Sessions. It's a collaboration with Christopher Worth, and the Redudu was an imaginary place from his childhood, and we made this record. That's another living room record. It was recorded with Christopher and I just in the room together. We cut one song with Bob. We did a version of Crossroads Blues.
Oh, very cool.
We cut that here in this space, this little studio that you're looking at right here.
Yes.
And so it's a mostly acoustic record.
It's very cool. I'm going to ask if you'd play another song from that in a moment, but tell us about your studio. I'm looking around. I'm seeing some really cool diffusers and some bass traps. Is that just in your house? You have that nice of a studio?
Yeah, you know, I live next door in the it's a straw bale house. The house is literally made of bales of straw covered in stucco, which sounds like would be a bad idea in Oregon, but it was pretty well thought out by the people who built it. And
nice.
And some later owners added this wood shop, this funky space that I'm in.
Right.
I think he was a wooden boat builder maybe.
Wow.
And so it was sort of the reason that we wanted to live here was having this space where I could work on music and so it's a one-room studio. We've made some records here. You know, it's not particularly COVID safe, so I've been sending tracks to people, mixing records for other artists from home here.
Great.
And feeling really lucky that I have this little space to get away and work on music.
Oh, that's gorgeous. And I'm looking around the back. Are those only two guitars that we've seen? Are those the two guitars that we've? The one right behind you to your right, is that the other one that you showed us?
Oh, there's a 12-string there too.
It's
a
12-string there.
Guitars.
That's fantastic. Great looking studio. And what's that mic you're singing in?
This one belongs to Christopher Worth, my songwriting collaborator. It's a Neumann 269,
all right,
which is from the early '60s. It was a German broadcast mic, and it looks sort of like the iconic U87 that came later, which is a solid state mic. But this is one of the two predecessors of that.
Yeah.
And the guitar mic is a modern recreation of a Telefunken microphone.
They sound great.
They're coming through you through the internet. So.
That's right. Through the packets, the Wi-Fi is adding a nice compression to everything we're hearing about. Sure, giving it a nice warmth, a nice digital warmth. So another song that stood out to me on the Redudu Sessions, or the Redudu Sessions, as you said it, was All the Ways. Is that one you guys could do?
That is one that Bob and I could do.
And now, are we still in drop C?
No, we're in open A
Open C,
with a D in the bass, and we're capoed up, so I'm in the key of B, Bob, key of B. Could be interesting though if I played it in B and you played it in B flat. Just this is All the Ways to Say Goodbye. I don't know. We probably only have time for for this one or something? What's our timing looking like?
Yeah, we can do one more. This one and a closer.
Sounds great.
Right.
Always just to say goodbye. Always to make somebody cry. All the ways to tell a lie. She did it with a smile. Walking out on that frozen lake, just waiting for the eyes to break. You can get right down to the heart of the mistake. There's not much heart in it all. All the ways just to sing the blues, indigos and darker hues. I guess she told what she had to true. Well, she did it with a smile. Come on, Bobby. Let's sing again. And her blue eyes shining, her long hair was hanging down. Man, there was no silver lining to the way she let me down. Oh, take another. All the ways just to say goodbye. All the ways to make somebody cry. All the ways to tell a lie. She did it with a smile. She did it with a smile. Hey, she did it with a smile.
Oh my goodness! From the Redoodoo Sessions, that was All the Ways. A great song. You guys sounded great.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope that went okay for you, Bob. I kind of left the rails on that one a little bit.
I'll just follow.
Hey, it's live, guys. It's live. Friends at home. David and Bob, let me share with you just a few more of these comments so you know just how enthusiastic everyone has been here. Tracy Aberius is amazed that we're even attempting this over the internet.
Thank you, Tracy.
Tracy. Tommy Geddes, I saw earlier, said he would love to play with you guys. So the next time you're in Philly, give Tommy Geddes a call. He'll bang on those drums for you. Baker Booking. Thanks to Sellersville for hosting David and Bob. Absolutely, Louise. Thank you. And we should say that, David, you've got another stream coming up at ISIS. Is that right?
Yeah, the ISIS Music Hall.
ISIS Music Hall.
This is a great venue in Asheville, North Carolina, and Louise Baker who is our agent. She and Bruce Swan are our agents, and they help put this show together.
That's right.
And Louise is running a series, and so I'll be playing as part of that. I will not have Bob playing live with me. Maybe able to share a little bit of video stuff we put together, but that's on the 29th. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
July
My
29th.
anniversary.
That's what my notes say.
That is my wedding anniversary.
Oh, there you go. How many years,
Right.
Bob? How many years, Bob?
46.
46. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What else? Huge congratulations on the sound. You can't tell they're not together. That's wonderful. Good job, guys.
It would be very hard for us to be further apart in the continental.
That's
Exactly right. Tina Perry Pastor, another magical evening. Lots of claps. My dad says, well done. Thank you all very much. Please make sure that you head on over and contribute to David's PayPal. Of course, that would be a great help. Check out the new EPs, the Redudu Sessions, available on iTunes and Apple Music and all other digital distributors. The new album by Dave and Bob will be out sometime in the future.
That's an accurate statement.
But then, of course, there's the last album by David and Bob that you can get by messaging David on his website. Is that right? Sort of like
Right.
the secret menu.
Custom order, yeah, and all the rest are available for streaming or download on our website as well.
And the Left Coast is one that's the two of you, correct?
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. Another. So if you like what you're hearing, all the albums are great, guys. So David, what's next? What are you gonna close with for us?
I thought I would leave the evening with this number. It's a piece called "Rollin'," and it's kind of a little finger picking tune that it's another one that I wasn't sure was a song when I wrote it, and I've been playing it anyways.
Looking forward to hearing it.
Daniel, I want to thank you so much. Thank you to you and the Sellersville Theater. We have loved so much playing on the Sellersville stage and getting to open for some great people, and you really went way above and beyond putting this show together and figuring out how Bob and I could play together. It's our first time since March when we were at a festival in Mexico.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah, the salsa's not quite as good here, but everything else. Thank you, man. Appreciate
But
it.
the water might be a little better, huh? Well, thank you very much, David. I appreciate that.
I'm rolling, and I'm not in control. Rolling, mama, that's just how I roll. And somebody gave you by the name of a mountain range, and the lightning strikes you, and you feel a little strange. And just rolling, thunder on the plains. Rolling, mama, yeah, I'm rolling in the rain. And they said you were the kind that I could have, but I could not keep. But don't the swells excite you? You know you're in too deep, and you're rolling, yes, you're rolling, the rod and the reel. Rolling, baby, that's just how this catfish feels. old boy, he tips his hat and he walks towards the door. When somebody laughs, then they're rolling on the floor and jets are rolling, yeah, rolling like you're rolling in your grave. Woman, baby, I love the way you misbehave, yeah. Maybe I remember something that never was. I ain't trying to tell her just because I'm rolling this road, and I got no driving wheel. No rolling, baby, that's how that engine feels. When it's rolling, rolling, baby, not in control. Rolling, mama, that's just how I roll. Play one more time, Bobby.
Oh, that was beautiful. Friends, that is our show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to David. Thank you to Bob. This has been a real treat.
Thank you to Dan.
Oh,
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Bob. Friends, head on over to davidjacobstrain.com for all the information on David's upcoming releases and his upcoming shows. And Bob has a few new albums out. I think it's bobbeach.net.
Yes.
Bobbeach.net.
Bobbeach.net.
Bobbeach.net, so you can check out Bob and all of his many projects. Friends, if you want to help the Sellersville Theater, of course, please come back here and keep up to date on all of the events that we have going on. Of course, PA has changed their guidelines now, so for the next couple of weeks, we had some stuff we were going to do that now have been canceled. So instead, we're bringing you more Soundbooth Sessions. Next week, we will have Soundbooth Sessions on Friday and on Saturday. Friday will be Craig Thatcher and Nike Van Wyck. And Saturday will be Stereo League, both performing right here on our stage. And you can watch from the safety of your own home through the magic of the internet. Thank you very much. And of course, the biggest way you can help us out here at Sellersville Theater is please consider becoming a Sellersville Theater member. Information is available at st94.com. We wish you were here, but we're so glad you're there. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. Let me see. How do I get out of this thing? Of course, I'm going to end the show with a flow. There we go.